As a lawyer, I am completely convinced that we will never see an official Western localization of Mother 3. I'm aware that many articles have theorized as to why we haven't seen a localization yet, and that we've had various non-answers regarding this topic from developers and insiders alike. And yet, after I've not only played Mother 3, but loved it deeply, it is painfully clear to me why Mother 3 is never going to be released in the West, at least not without a massive host of changes. And the reason is this. Mother 3 is packed full of intellectual property infringement, from top to bottom, in places you wouldn't even expect to find it. And removing the IP infringement would change the game quite substantially, impacting everything from story beats to graphics to music, in ways that the original Earthbound or Mother 2 doesn't, while also being too expensive to change, according to Nintendo's own calculations. I've seen a few takes that get close to the real root of the issue. Imran Khan, a highly regarded former editor at Game Informer, wrote that Mother 3, as far as I know, is a dead end. It was full steam ahead for a while, but upon re-evaluation, there were aspects of the game that weren't going to go without controversy. Reginald Fils-Amie, the former president of Nintendo of America, was once asked by Bloomberg whether Mother 3 wasn't ported to the West because it was too controversial. Fils-Amie responded, "That is not the issue why Mother 3 in particular never made it to the West. It was all based on the business needs and business situation at the time." Reggie says as much in his book. It's all a business situation. We need to read around the text though, and understand the roundabout nature of corporate jargon. What is the business situation here exactly? And what are these controversies? There's a whole lot to unpack here, so let's take a deep dive into Mother 3, US intellectual property law, and business philosophy to understand why we will likely never see an official localization of Mother 3, as we know it. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Atlas VPN. If you're like me and you find yourself often traveling for business or pleasure, you will not find a better travel companion than Atlas VPN. Atlas VPN helps you to keep your information private. It keeps you safe when you're using public Wi-Fi, and it can even protect your devices from ads, trackers, and malicious links. I'm sure you've also heard how Atlas VPN can help you access shows available on streaming sites in other countries that might not be available in your own. When you browse the internet unprotected, your information is being harvested and sold to the highest bidder. You can take your data off the menu with Atlas VPN. Moon Channel viewers can take advantage of an incredible deal. You can get a 3-year Atlas VPN subscription on unlimited devices for just $1.83 a month, with 3 months extra and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Check the comments or description below for a link to this offer. But please hurry, the offer won't last forever. Try Atlas VPN today. In the year 2013, noted singer-songwriter and alleged happy person Pharrell Williams produced and was featured in the song Blurred Lines by one Robin Thicke. The song was critically panned, receiving negative reviews across the board by various music critics. Some critics noted that the song seemed to glorify very questionable behavior. Callie Algrim and Courtney LaRocca of Insider commented that the existence of blurred lines was, and I quote, "a huge injustice to women everywhere." Other critics simply found issue with the musicality of the song itself. Andy Herman of The Village Voice called the song a smug turd of a pop culture tune. Rob Sheffield of Rolling Stone stated that Blurred Lines is the worst song of this year or any other year. "I can't remember the last time there was a hit song this ghastly. The sound of Adam Sandler taking a falsetto hate whiz on Marvin Gaye's grave." Of course, as is the nature of things, Blurred Lines would then proceed to top the charts of 25 countries and spend 12 consecutive weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100. The reviled song also quickly became one of the best-selling singles of all time, with sales of 14.8 million, and it was nominated for Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo Group Performance at the 56th Annual Grammy Awards. In an interview with GQ's Stelios Fili, Robin Thicke explained that he and Pharrell Williams were in the studio together when Thicke told Williams that one of his favorite songs of all time was Marvin Gaye's legendary 1977 single, Got to Give It Up. The two of them riffed back and forth, singing lines like "Hey, hey, hey." The result was then clearly a very Marvin Gaye-inspired song. Thicke admitted the influence, and it was noticeable from the get-go, with major commentators like Rob Sheffield having immediately taken notice. However, it is one thing to be inspired by a song and another to plagiarize it. You could even say that the line that separates inspiration and plagiarism is blurred. Not long after Blurred Lines was released to the public, Marvin Gaye's family, his estate, served a copyright infringement demand upon Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke, alleging that Blurred Lines infringed upon their copyright of Got to Give It Up. When private negotiations failed, Williams and Thicke filed the suit for declaratory judgment of non-infringement on August 15, 2013 with the United States District Court for the Central District of California. In other words, they wanted to get ahead of an inevitable lawsuit against them by filing a lawsuit of their own which they hoped would clear their name. Now, if you haven't listened before to Marvin Gaye's Gotta Give It Up and /or Pharrell Williams' Blurred Lines, I encourage you to listen to it now. I'd play it for you, but I don't want to end up like Mother 3. Also, I'm sorry for making you listen to Blurred Lines. Welcome back. If you listen to both songs, you might have noticed that they don't actually sound that similar. The style is certainly similar, but we have a name for that style, and it's called Motown. There are undoubtedly some similarities, and the influence is obvious, but there are also some profound differences. Hey, by the way, did you know that before I became a lawyer, I was for a brief time a music performance major? Well, get ready, because on top of law, we're also going to learn some music theory today. Let's start by breaking down what is similar between Got to Give It Up and Blurred Lines. We have that classic Motown sound, the thick bass, the drums, the cowbell and tingy percussion, the party sounds in the background, and a similar but not identical rhythm. And honestly, that's about it. That's really all the similarity that there is. But what about the differences? What about the melody, Moony? I hear you ask. Well, listen closely, or better yet, look closely at the music itself. Got to Give It Up and Blurred Lines share no melody in common. There are no two adjacent, no two side-by-side notes identical in common throughout the entirety of both songs. There are no two chord transitions in common either, like that of an A chord to a C chord. In fact, Blurred Lines really only has two chords in the entire song. It's what we call a 4 to 5 chord progression. Got to Give It Up, meanwhile, uses only 4 different chords. The two songs also have a different BPM, or beats per minute. Blurred Lines is 120 beats per minute, and Got to Give It Up is 122 beats per minute. The two songs also share no lyrics in common, and despite sounding similar, the rhythm is also completely different. And there is no sampling or direct usage of sound clips from Got to Give It Up in Blurred Lines whatsoever. Knowing all of this, what do you think the result of the lawsuit was? Well, the answer may surprise you. The Gaye estate counterclaimed against Williams and Thicke, alleging that Blurred Lines infringed upon their copyright in Got to Give It Up. The district court found that the case had merit, and after a 7-day trial, the jury found that Williams and Thicke had infringed upon the Gaye's copyright in the song Gotta Give It Up. The outcome of that trial was earth-shaking for the music industry. If you've been following all the discussion on AI art lately, you know that there are two camps with regards to AI learning from allegedly stolen art. On the one hand, one group says that AI is stealing art to copy and learn from it, and another group says that AI is doing what all artists do, by learning and being inspired by the art of other artists. Well, the outcome of this court case was like firmly establishing a rule pursuant to that first camp for the entire music industry. Having your music influenced by another's music is theft now. If you copy another song's feel or groove, even if the songs have nothing in common otherwise, even if it is an obvious tribute, even if the alike part is a mere snippet, it is enough to quantify copyright infringement. Williams et al. Would appeal the decision to the United States Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit. The entire music industry held its breath in anticipation of the result. The Ninth Circuit would receive an amicus brief, a sort of brief filed by uninvolved parties who still have an interest in the outcome of the case, signed and filed on behalf of 212 different artists, including Kurt Smith of Tears for Fears, Rivers Cuomo of Weezer, Patrick Sump of Fall Out Boy, Philip Bailey, Verdine White, and Ralph Johnson of Earth, Wind & Fire, and John Oates of Hall & Oates, amongst others. But it was to no avail. On March 21, 2018, the Court of Appeals upheld the district court's decision 2-1. Thicke and Williams were made to pay $5.3 million in damages and a 50% royalty fee to the Gaye estate. It remains to this day one of the largest payouts in music copyright history. Judge Milan D. Smith, writing the opinion of the court, would state that the scope of their decision was entirely about narrow procedural matters, and, I quote, far from heralding the end of musical creativity as we know it. The lone dissenting judge, Judge Jacqueline Wynn, was not as enthusiastic. She writes, and I quote, "The majority allows the Gays to accomplish what no one has before, copyright a musical style." The majority establishes a dangerous precedent that strikes a devastating blow to future musicians and composers everywhere. The realm of music has always been an extremely sensitive intellectual property minefield, but the Pharrell decision put what seemed like a nail into the coffin of fair use when it comes to music. When it comes to intellectual property, we here in the gaming community have it relatively easy. We may think companies like Nintendo are strict and cruel and harsh with their IP, but outside of our gilded walls, the reality of IP enforcement is ferocious. You may have heard me reference this in both the Nintendo and Sega videos. It's easy to damage your own IP, and every valuable form of media has its circling sharks waiting to take a bite. It is therefore in every company's interest to protect against those bites at whatever cost. And it only takes a single historical bite to traumatize. This is just the way the law is written. The outside legal world is just not like the one we know in video games. We may complain that our Let's Plays get taken down or our strategy guides get DMCA'd, but I can use all the music from Mother 3 in this video without fear. I couldn't do that with Blurred Lines. The music industry in particular is absolutely riddled with massive copyright lawsuits. The industry is extremely strict about protecting its intellectual property, for all kinds of reasons that we can't quite get into in this video. Although the Blurred Lines lawsuit was an important and relevant landmark case, there are many other such lawsuits. The year 2022 had 5 such major lawsuits alone, with one already having been settled between Missy Elliott and Bad Bunny, where artist Bad Bunny must pay 25% royalties to Missy Elliott for the song Safira. Alright, that's great, Moony, I hear you say, but what does any of this have to do with Mother 3? My dear friends, this has everything to do with Mother 3. Let's figure out this puzzle together, starting not with Mother 3, but with Earthbound, Mother 2. In Japan, the series of games that we know of in the West only through the title Earthbound is called Mother. Earthbound itself was the second game in that series, Mother 2. And Mother 2, despite its great sales in Japan, did not do very well in the United States. In fact, Earthbound would never receive a European release, and the game would only become a cult classic long after its Western debut. Earthbound also underwent quite a number of changes during its English localization. Dan Osen of Nintendo of America began work on the localization and completed about 10% of the script before noted video game developer Marcus Lindblom was tasked with finishing the localization. Lindblom would carefully remove references to intellectual property, religion, and alcohol from the American release. A truck's Coca-Cola logo, red crosses on hospitals, and crosses on tombstones were all removed from the Western localization. Alcohol became coffee, and the happiest blue cultists were made to look less like, you know. Now, if you know anything about Earthbound, you might know that for a long time it was also in a similar position to Mother 3. Although the game did get a release in the West, it for a long time never got a re-release, which puzzled Earthbound fans to no end. A popular conjecture back in the 2010s was that Nintendo was hesitant to re-release the game in North America due to licensing issues. Earthbound, after all, samples musical segments directly from artists ranging from the Beatles to Chuck Berry. During an interview, however, with Jason Schreier of Kotaku, localizer Marcus Lindblom would state, with regards to Earthbound, that issues regarding music licensing, and I quote, never even came up when they were working on the game. Lindblom continues by stating, "We did sit down with our legal department and we were pretty certain that there weren't going to be any issues with a lot of this stuff because we were kind of protected to some degree by the parity clause you get." Back in 1994, Nintendo was a very different company than it is today. 1994 was 2 years before Pokémon, 2 years before the N64. In October of 1994, Nintendo's market cap was about $6.5 billion. That's roughly equivalent to the current market cap of Konami. It's a market cap 4.3 times smaller than just Roblox. And the Nintendo of back then was not as legally savvy, during a period where legal savviness in the arena of intellectual property wasn't quite as necessary as it is today. And perhaps very fortunately, Earthbound managed to survive, legally speaking, despite its many IP issues, almost by accident. You see, Lindblom, and if he is correct in remembering, Nintendo, were completely and utterly wrong about protection by the so-called parody clause. In the United States, a parody is roughly defined as a simple form of entertainment conveyed by juxtaposing the irreverent representation of the trademark with the idealized image created by the mark's owner. In other words, and not just in the realm of trademarks, but also with regards to copyright, for a parody to be fair use, it has to comment upon or critique the original. This can be as simple as juxtaposing an irreverent representation of a trademark with the idealized image created by the mark's owner, but there is a more generally understandable rule of thumb. If you can't recognize it as a parody, it probably isn't one. Earthbound has a ton of musical references. There are whole YouTube videos dedicated to just that topic. I'll share a video here so that you can listen to it and get a sense of it. But take a very close listen. Those musical references are often not parodies but samples. They are sound quotations ripped directly from original recordings, and very importantly, transformed beyond recognition into something else entirely. The original works are not recognizable, and there is no critique here that can be discernible even if the original works could be recognized. These musical references are not protected by parody. And if Nintendo really operated under the assumption that they were, then Earthbound getting past legal was a fluke. And because it was a fluke that came out of an immature company, at a time when such matters were not as fiercely monitored nor enforced, and because Earthbound was largely a Japanese game, with poor sales in the United States, it did not merit the scrutiny for the references it did contain. But, and this is only conjecture, I suspect that once Nintendo realized the legal landmine they had released into the wild, they became unwilling to re-release it for fear of the trouble Earthbound might cause. But Earthbound was still re-released, wasn't it? It was released worldwide on the Wii U Virtual Console in 2013, the 3DS Virtual Console in 2016, the SNES Classic in 2018, and Nintendo Switch Online most recently in February of 2022. So why isn't Nintendo afraid anymore? Remember how I said just now that the musical references aren't parodies but samples? Well, sampling is still an unresolved issue in intellectual property law. For those unfamiliar with this term, sampling is the act of using a portion of an audio recording in the production of one's own audio recording. Daft Punk's hit song One More Time samples the 1979 disco hit More Spell on You by Eddie Johns, for example. The general rule is that legal use of a sample requires an artist to get legal permission from the copyright holder. This process is known as sample clearance. Uniquely, in the case of the aforementioned Daft Punk song, Eddie Johns could not be located by the publishing company who produced his song. And even though Daft Punk would likely owe a 7-figure sum to Johns for sampling his work without clearance, they've never had to pay out. There is an exception to sample clearance though, and it is a combination of two different rules that apply slightly differently in the United States and in Europe. Samples are permissible fair use even without clearance if the use is de minimis and transformative. In other words, the use of the sample must be short and the sample must be modified beyond recognition. In the year 2000, jazz flautist James Newton claimed that the Beastie Boys' 1992 single Pass the Mic sampled his work without clearance. The judge found that the sample comprised of only 6 seconds and 3 notes and was therefore de minimis. In 2019, the European Court of Justice, in ruling that clearance was required for recognized samples, also confirmed that modified, unrecognized samples could still be used without authorization. Go back then, if you can, and listen to those Earthbound clips. The original tunes are virtually unrecognizable when sampled in this way. In fact, I certainly didn't recognize any of them when playing through Earthbound my first time, and I love the Beatles. And so, because the musical references are largely sampled, and done so in a way that is de minimis and unrecognizable, it's very possible that the legal team at Nintendo, more experienced in these matters in a world that now cares more about these matters by the time of Earthbound's re-release in 2013, gave the okay for Earthbound in spite of its potential musical issues, and in spite of their earlier ignorance of the situation at hand. There was nothing they had to change, and thereby only a minimal cost associated with a re-release. But that would not be the case for Mother 3. Let's go back now to that Jason Schreier Kotaku article that originally contained the Lindblom interview. That article was published on March 24th, 2016. Just 1 month prior, in February of 2016, there were rumors abounding that Mother 3 would finally see a Western localized release on its 10th anniversary, April 20th, 2016. The rumor was first teased by the rather infamous Nintendo insider/leaker Emily Rogers. This rumor would then be corroborated by similarly infamous investigator Liam Robertson. And then, as if to put the nail in the coffin, Eurogamer, a highly respected publication, seemed also to confirm that Mother 3 would see a Western localization on April 20th, 2016. But the date came and went, and Mother 3 was indeed re-released, but only in Japan. There was no Western localization. Now, there are many conjectured reasons as to why that might be, and all of them contribute to the greater picture. We will look at many of those reasons, but I'd like to focus on an extremely important one that nobody has discussed in any detail. Whereas Earthbound's music fits neatly into an IP law loophole that exists in both the United States and Europe, Mother 3's music does not. And Mother 3's music is extremely integral to the game. It's not even controversial for me to say that Mother 3 has one of the best, if not the best, soundtrack on the Game Boy Advance. I'm going to highlight a video now that shows the similarities between Mother 3 songs and materials that these songs took from. See if you can notice a difference between these clips and the Earthbound clips. Did you notice anything? These aren't samples, they aren't direct rips of music. They aren't parodies. There's no critique here. These are tributes. These are homages. Remember blurred lines? A tribute is not fair use. Borrowing a note-by-note motif in the realm of intellectual property law is merely a disaster waiting to happen. And the legal developments that have narrowed the scope of this issue such that it has become a big scary problem are fairly recent. Let's dissect a few very specific examples in Mother 3 together. Perhaps the most dangerous and most egregious musical tribute in Mother 3 is the Fun Bazaar theme, which borrows almost note for note a motif from Back in the USSR by the Beatles. Take a listen and see if you can hear it. Did you hear it? The section of the song where they go, "The Ukraine girls really knock me out, they leave the West behind"? That is hardly the only song, however, that borrows so heavily from other songs. Let's turn our attention now to Mischievous Blues, which borrows heavily from Henry Mancini's Baby Elephant Walk. The resemblance here is pretty stark, isn't it? Other songs include Open Sesame, which borrows a motif from Jimmy Cliff's Under the Sun, Moon and Stars, the Formidable Foe theme, which has thematic similarity to John Williams' Jaws, and El Mariachi, which takes from Astor Piazzolla's Libertango, a song which is not in the public domain. Isn't This Such a Utopia, which references Alfred Newman's 20th Century Fox fanfare. The Mother 3 Clayman Factory ambiance, which resembles the beginning of Paul McCartney's Silly Love Songs. The beginning of the Magypsies' Home song, which borrows the intro motif from the Beatles' I Am the Walrus almost exactly. The background piano on the track Bon Voyage Amigo, which is taken directly from Hey Jude. And Natural Killer Cyborg, which takes a motif directly from Michael Jackson's Beat It. Listen to this. Did you hear it? Let's also take a quick look at the Mr. Batty Twist theme, which bears a substantial resemblance to the intro music to the 1966 Batman cartoon. In this specific case, it could be very easily argued that this song is a parody, due to the song being the theme music for a caricature Bat character named Mr. Batty. However, the Mr. Batty Twist theme contains another musical reference that is not likely to be considered a parody, and in fact, it's one that I don't think anybody's actually caught on to before. And that is a reference to Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. Take a close listen. Could you hear the similarities there as well? You will note that many of these songs borrow melodies directly lifted from the work of other musicians. Going back to Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke's statement that he had been inspired by Marvin Gaye was used as evidence against him to demonstrate that Blurred Lines had borrowed some aspect of Gaye's music without his permission. Well, Nintendo can hardly say that Mother 3's music isn't a tribute, and that it is all a mere coincidence when both games reference outside music so heavily. And the game's developers and composers have outright stated that they were influenced by the Beatles and other musicians in interviews. In order to resolve this issue, Nintendo would have to secure the rights to some of the most expensive music in the world. Music by the Beatles, by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. If Nintendo decided to just throw caution to the wind and take the risk, they'd open themselves up to potentially massive, retroactive liability. Not to mention greater scrutiny from the music industry as a whole. Nintendo, as you know, is extremely defensive and protective. It's not going to take the risk if it can avoid it. Nintendo does not want any IP damage or threats from the outside. And in fact, this is hardly the first time where so-called musical fun homages have caused substantial legal trouble and cost for specifically Japanese media. On March 9th, 2011, Toei Animation, known for the anime Dragon Ball, posted a statement on their homepage where they exclaimed the following: "The existence of multiple suspicious musical pieces which may infringe on the rights of third parties has been confirmed within the musical compositions recorded for Dragon Ball Kai, an animated television work produced by this firm. The relevant musical pieces are used as background music, and measures are promptly being taken to replace the relevant musical pieces from the background music of Dragon Ball Kai." Composer Kenji Yamamoto's name was thereafter removed from Fuji TV and Toei's website staff listings, and more of his works were uncovered with a similar issue. Yamamoto's compositions for the closing theme of Dragon Ball Z Movie 7 contained an homage to Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song. His composition Cell's theme from Super Butoden 2 borrows from Pink Floyd's One of These Days. The Dragon Ball Kai background sound Ishin Itai strongly resembles the war theme from James Cameron's Avatar, and there were many more examples. I'd expect Mother 3's soundtrack to cause the game to run into similar legal hurdles if it was released in the West. Homages are copyright infringement, even if they are intended to be respectful tributes. Now wait a second, I hear you say. There are some songs that are functional tributes in Earthbound as well. What about that one battle theme that sounds like Tequila by the Champs, or the song in Forsyth Cafe that sounds like a Dallas Rags song? Well, generally older music, like Tequila by the Champs, released in 1958, is easier to clear. There are tons of musical references to it which support this theory. The copyright holder, Golden Records, either doesn't care and doesn't enforce its rights well for Tequila, or it is hesitant to do so for some other legal reason due to the muddy nature maybe of the rights to Tequila. Or it is just happy to give clearance for nominal sums in exchange for visibility. And no matter how expensive it is to clear the rights to Tequila by the Champs, if such action was even necessary, it would not be even remotely close to clearing a Beatles song. Not even close. And as for the Forsyth Cafe Dallas Rag connection, well, one could argue that the songs are fairly dissimilar, but that wouldn't even be necessary. With Dallas Rag, we have a Daft Punk situation. We don't even know when Collie Jones of the Dallas String Band was born or died. We don't know where he is or who his estate might belong to, and it is his estate's responsibility to enforce their rights. Nobody else has standing. Nobody else has the legal right to file a lawsuit for this infringement, to my knowledge. This is all interesting conjecture, but in further support of this theory, I believe there is evidence that Nintendo has attempted to test the waters with regards to the Mother 3 soundtrack specifically. You see, although Mother 3 was never localized or released in the West, Mother 3's soundtrack was. In early 2007, Nintendo released 2 Mother 3 soundtracks on the iTunes Store without any prior warning. These 2 albums were Mother 3 Plus and Mother 3i. Mother 3 Plus contained 10 highly regarded songs from the Mother 3 soundtrack and had a runtime of 28 minutes and 48 seconds. The Mother 3i album was more complex with a runtime of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 55 seconds. The 2 albums combined contained a lot of Mother 3's music, including some of the potentially infringing tracks we have already mentioned. The Mother 3i tracklist in particular contains some extremely obscure songs, including short, perhaps even unnoteworthy snippets like Isn't This Such a Utopia? However, both of these albums exclude the 2 songs with the most egregious musical references, both of which are very catchy and pretty substantial songs. The first being the Fun Bizarre theme, which borrows from Back in the USSR, and the Natural Killer Cyborg theme, which borrows from Michael Jackson's Beat It. And just 2 years later, both of these soundtracks were pulled from the iTunes store outside of Japan at some point in 2009. These soundtracks are both still purchasable on Japanese Apple Music, but there is no purchasable Mother 3 soundtrack available in the West, and the only release of one we ever saw was that online release for that period of only 2 years. In contrast, the Earthbound soundtrack had an album released with the game in 1994, a compilation Mother 1+2 soundtrack release in 2003, another album with medleys of multiple tracks in 2004, an album of MIDI piano versions of songs from Mother 1+2 in 2006, a vinyl record release in 2016 with 4 character-themed color options. In 2021, we also saw the release of the Mother Music Revisited album, which featured tracks recorded, produced, and self-covered by composer Keiichi Suzuki. The album is available on Spotify, Apple Music, and iTunes. The short window of the Mother 3 soundtrack release also lines up with rumors circulating at that time that Nintendo was mulling over a potential Mother 3 release in the West. Reggie mentioned Mother 3 in 2007. Mother 3 would also get a stage, music, and a playable character in Lucas for Smash Bros. In 2007. And 2007 also saw highly regarded video game news tipster Surfer Girl release a statement declaring that the Mother/Earthbound series is coming to Wii and/or DS stateside very possibly next year. I suspect, albeit only through circumstantial evidence, that the Mother 3 soundtrack releases either attracted negative attention or otherwise uncovered some legal issue that Nintendo was eager to avoid. In that regard, the Western release of those soundtracks for those 2 years served their purpose well. But now wait a minute, Moony, I hear you say. If Mother 3's IP infringement is such a big deal, then why is it okay for Japan to have a release of Mother 3? Why isn't Nintendo seemingly as afraid of the American music industry targeting Mother 3 in Japan? Well, Japan's legal system is quite different from the United States. I won't get too deeply into this subject, but Japan's civil law system is what one might call judge-made law. In the US, we have systems like fair use due to our system of common law, which builds upon precedent. And Europe, though it is also largely a civil law system, has followed suit when it comes to American interpretations of intellectual property with regards to certain aspects of music, like tributes. Japan does not subscribe to an American system of intellectual property despite previous attempts by the United States to force aspects of American intellectual property law into the Japanese system, such as the 70-year copyright term for cinematographic works that Japan was required to adopt as a result of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. In Japan, there is no such thing as copyright. Copyright exists as a combination of 2 parts collectively referred to as chosaku kenno. The first part is author's rights, and the second part is neighboring rights. These author's rights and neighboring rights are then broken down into other separate rights, including moral rights, economic rights, and performers' rights. We might explore the depths of Japanese copyright law in a future video, but to make a long story very short for this video, Japanese copyright law is simultaneously much more strict in nature than American copyright law, while also being much more lenient. The US has a fair use defense, which we've briefly discussed. This allows individuals who have been accused of copyright infringement to prove their use of copyrighted materials was legal. Japan has no fair use defense and no precedential law that creates such a fair use category. However, because Japanese copyright law protects more broadly, Japan has a de facto higher threshold to qualify for copyright protections than the United States does. This is partially why Nintendo is so much more lenient with its Japanese fanbase than its American fanbase. In this case, the ambiguity created by American intellectual property allows for situations like the Blurred Lines case, which would just not happen in Japan. In other words, Mother 3 is releasable in Japan without too much issue because the threshold that a party claiming copyright infringement would need to meet is higher in Japan than it is in the United States. And ultimately, it would be a Japanese judge deciding the outcome of the case and not the outcome of a precedential decision. Hi, Future Moony here. I apologize for my voice, I have a bit of a cold. You might be wondering why the soundtrack here is from Deltarune instead of Mother 3. Well, as I was running the video through the YouTube copyright scanner, the song Theme of Duster was flagged as a cover song, making the video ineligible for monetization. Interesting, right? If you are familiar with video game soundtracks and YouTube videos generally, you'd know that this is pretty uncommon. Just some food for thought. Let's return briefly to Reggie's statement that Mother 3 not being localized in the West was all based on the business needs and business situation of the time. While I would argue that copyright infringement in Mother 3 is potentially its largest problem, Mother 3 has many other issues as well. Mother 3 features some extremely dark themes, all of which involve children. There are characters like the Magypsies, which may invite unwelcome political commentary for Nintendo, especially in this day and age. There are Easter egg references to other intellectual properties that might also be problematic. Any localization of Mother 3 would have to contend with all of these issues on top of the musical elephant in the room, all of which adds up to a potentially enormous cost and potentially enormous liability. So let's return then to our calculus. Is the cost of execution worth the potential profit? In an interview with MTV News, Reggie stated the following: "Mother was a franchise near and dear to Iwata's heart, and it's something I'm trying to get smart on to understand whether or not there is an opportunity here. But certainly I've seen the success in Japan that hasn't gone unnoticed, and it's certainly something we're looking at." Nintendo is well aware of the balancing test it needs to do before Mother 3 becomes a reality in the West. If you want to see a localization of Mother 3, supporting releases of the other games in the franchise and continuing to bring attention to the game and its fanbase can help Nintendo see that a profitable market exists therein, potentially profitable enough to overlook the costs of localization. The law surrounding fair use could also change very dramatically soon as we await the decision of the US Supreme Court and Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts Incorporated versus Goldsmith, but that's a video for another day. Nintendo sees that Mother 3 had a large cult following, but it remembers its lessons from Earthbound 1 and the terrible sales from that release. Nintendo also sees the enormous costs and liabilities that a Western localization would potentially warrant, and how upset the fandom would be if there were too many changes made to such a classic and well-beloved game. As such, as long as the costs and risks of bringing Mother 3 to the West outweigh the potential profits, we will never see Mother 3. This video is the most legally dense video I've ever produced, so let me know what you think about it. Was the video a little too law-based for you, or do you prefer this sort of thing? How would you feel about videos that aren't necessarily as law-based at all? I'd love to know. I'd also like to thank Atlas VPN for being the sponsor of this video. Please don't forget to check out Atlas VPN's 3-year $1.83 per month deal in the description and pinned comment. As you all know, 10% of Moon Channel's revenue goes to charitable causes, and that includes 10% of our sponsorship income. Atlas VPN is choosing to do good through Moon Channel, and I hope that you will join us by liking and subscribing or even becoming a patron via Patreon. If you have any questions, as always, please leave a comment. Your comments are always a joy to read. I've been your host, Moony, and thank you for tuning in to Moon Channel. I believe in skies forever blue. Why shouldn't I believe the same in you?
Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3!
How about this instead?